would never see it in a million years.
Everyone says that. You know, me and him have been friends for 16 years.
I know you had a song like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
too,
we've
right?
been like besties for a long time.
People always say that. But
No, this is real. Like no cross the line.
Besties, like you always kept in touch and you always talked.
We would keep in touch. He would come see me when I had my plays. When I had my baby shower, he would come. Like we were really friends.
Baby
when I was
shower,
pregnant,
like
married.
Wow.
You know, we'd say, T, what you doing? Okay, me and my boys gonna stop past there for a few. You hear me? Okay.
That's really good, Toni.
Come see me.
That's really good.
So we've been friends for a long time.
All right, so it's not that weird.
No, not for me. My mom loves him because he what Big Mama doing? He would just ask about my mom. He's a gentleman. He's such a gentleman.
Is he?
What?
I could see that.
Opening doors, and he's just a gentleman. I promise you.
Do you find it weird that other people find it weird?
No.
No, because you get it.
I get why they think it's weird.
It's
but
not
they
weird.
don't know him like I know him.
Yeah.
He's very traditional.
No way.
I
He has a
promise
star
you.
on his head.
Okay, yeah, that. But he's very traditional about family and values. He has 2 kids by his high school sweetheart. He's just very traditional. Same baby mama. He had his kids when he was in his late 20s. He's like, no, he's just.
These are the things that are important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always a gentleman to me.
Yeah.
Around me.
And he seems like the type of guy that will lavish you.
It's not just that, because I got my own money.
Of course
you know what I'm
you
saying?
do.
What people don't know, 2016, November, when I was on tour, October, I was really sick. I don't mean kind of sick. I mean like really,
From the
really
lupus?
sick.
Or
I had a
from-
really
all right.
bad flare, and I was on tour. And every day I was on tour, he was there with me. If he left out, he would come back.
And this was before anybody knew you guys
we
were
weren't anything.
even,
It was
like-
buddies. It was
Right.
nothing. Not even a day. He was my friend. He was there. And I don't know if
he
you
already loved you. He's there every day taking care of you.
But you know, he really was there every day. My buddy, my friend T, you all right? You good? I'm cheering good. You know, he was just there as my friend. I'm cheering good. Big Mama good. He was there every day for the shows. And on my off days, he would go and take care of his business, but he would follow me on the bus and just make sure I was okay. And I don't know if you've ever been really, really sick in your life and you feel kind of hopeless and you got somebody who's a friend that's there. That's kind of, it just made me see him differently. Like this person really cares for me.
Aww.
It was really a bad moment. I mean, I can tell you guys now that is over. I was really, really sick.
Church, once upon a time, there was a woman named Toni Braxton who got engaged to Birdman in February of 2018. However, by 2019, Toni and Birdman publicly called it quits. Now, 6 years later, in 2025, TMZ finds documents that say Toni and Birdman got married in a secret ceremony on August 8th of 2024. Well, 2 weeks after that, Toni Braxton filed for divorce and listed the date of separation as August 10th of 2024. Now, let's pause our story there for a second, church, because didn't I just tell you that she married the man on August 8th? So that means 2 days after the wedded bliss, Toni said he wasn't man enough for me, separated from the man, and then 2 weeks after that filed for divorce. Now get this, in January of 2025, Toni filed to dismiss the divorce petition and Birdman signed off on it. So at this point, church, I only know one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. Technically, they're still married, and your guess is as good as mine in terms of what the hell happens next. Now, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this situation, and we'll talk later.
2014, Birdman called Kimora the love of his life. On top of that, there was rumors that she's been messing around with him even when she was with Russell Simmons. Y'all, let's get into this because this is deep. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the most shocking thing. Toni literally was left waiting at the altar for hours for Birdman to show up and say, I do not.
Hello, how you guys doing? Welcome to the Messy Sweet Spot. I am your host, Gigi, and we have to talk about Toni Braxton and Birdman. It's a lot of rumors that's been going around about their marriage. Did you guys know they are still married to this day? They got married years later back, and they said after 2 days, Toni Braxton decided to divorce. They separated, but they never officially went through it. Then push forward, Toni Braxton did not want to end the marriage and Birdman signed off on it. What is really going on here? We've heard so many rumors, and recently yesterday they said that Birdman was cheating on Toni Braxton on the wedding night with Kimora Simmons, okay? And I'm like, what? Really? I thought he would be cheating on Toni Braxton with a man. This is news to me. And I don't know if I believe everything. If he was cheating on Toni Braxton with Kimora, I'm sure it was a man in that room. Okay? But let's hear what they have to say. There's more reports about Tamar Braxton spilling the tea about Toni Braxton and her husband, Birdman. Now, this man does not strike me as a man that really love or respect a woman. Toni Braxton said they've been friends forever. They've been best friends. And I'm like, oh, okay, like girlfriends. But no, people see it as, oh, he's been waiting to get his chance with Toni Braxton. I think they're being deceived. I think that he don't want to be with you. If anything, he's using you for a cover-up, but don't let me spoil the mood. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot, and let's hear what they have to say about Tamar Braxton's and revealing why Birdman dumped Toni. Okay? Did he dump Toni? Possibly. If Toni Braxton really thought that Birdman really wanted her, she needs to get checked out. Something is wrong with her. She don't have good discernment and she don't have good judgment. If she really thought that he really liked her, I think he liked you as a friend, liked you as a girlfriend. Maybe you guys share some, feminine energy together. And I think that sometimes when a bisexual gay man befriends women, they get the wrong impression and think this man really likes them when he just likes your company, and he likes to, shower you with gifts and stuff like that, because a lot of gay men, they love to dial their girls up, a lot of best gay friends, they love buying clothes for their girlfriend. Not that they want to do anything with them, but they love dressing her up, fixing her hair, fixing her makeup, making her feel special. A lot of gay men do that to their best girlfriend. And they love it. They love doing that. And sometimes girls can take that as a different language and feel like, oh, he's in love with me. But, let's see what they have to say about this, okay? Check this out.
I've been in love with 20 years.
You never told me.
I was expecting when I had to go with her.
You never told me.
It's so good to see Toni and Birdman sitting together and being together, after a little bump on the road that the social media was trying to talk about them. But just a reminder, I am not planning the wedding.
Oh, y'all so cute. Look at that. Every woman don't want that hard side all the time.
To be slain on alone.
Every day.
Why would I have a lot of stuff?
It's putting your guard. I can always oversee the woman. That's what I'm gonna do.
But I don't have. She has.
Y'all imagine getting married and 2 days later you're already filling out divorce papers. That's not a storyline from a reality show. That's real life for Toni Braxton and Birdman. Yes, Mr. Put some respect on my name. Got tied down, only to untie himself immediately. And now Tamar Braxton is low-key out here telling us why. And before y'all assume it's because Birdman prefers kissing Lil Wayne on the mouth, no shade, no judgment. Let's just get one thing straight. There's something deeper going on behind the scenes, something wild, something very, very messy. From the alleged trickery to strategic marriage moves, rumors of Birdman being on the DL and Tamar dropping clues like breadcrumbs, the internet has some questions. So buckle up, because today we're unpacking a love story that might have never been about love in the first place. So let's start with the facts. Toni Braxton and Mr. Number One Stunner, Birdman got secretly married on August 8th, 2024. No big announcement, no Instagram glamour shots, nothing, just boom, all of a sudden married. Now guess when Toni listed their separation date? August 10th, yes y'all, just 2 whole days later. But Toni officially filed for divorce 2 weeks after that, calling the marriage irretrievably broken. No explanation, no messy public fallout, just cold paperwork, in and out, done. But here's the twist. Months later, she dismissed the divorce and Birdman signed off. So what's the tea? Were they working it out? Was the marriage even real? Well, Tamar Braxton hasn't come right out and spilled it all yet, but she's been hinting, and what she's been hinting at is that maybe Toni never should have married him in the first place. Now, this Toni and Birdman thing has never really really been easy to follow. They'd been on and off again since 2016, and even when they were on, it really didn't make sense because they're such an unlikely couple. But back in 2018, Birdman popped the big question with the massive $5 million yellow diamond ring. It was a whole moment, but then nothing happened.
Okay, you're engaged.
I'm engaged. He did good, right?
Right? Very well. But there's no date.
There's no date. We almost had a date. Well, we had 2 dates, but we were doing Braxton Family Values and we were going through a little drama. And I was like, okay, the wedding is a good thing to get all of us sisters together.
The wedding kept getting delayed, postponed, and pushed off, and Toni said it was about timing. Well, fans said, girl, he's not the one. Then came the biggest red flag. Toni lost the ring, like literally lost a $5 million engagement ring on a flight. The bag was found, but the ring, gone, y'all. Poof, be gone. But Birdman, he didn't even get mad about it. He shrugged it off like it was nothing. And that's when people really started thinking, wait, is this relationship even real? And I'm thinking, hell, was the ring even real? Because $5 million ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Those treasured pieces of jewelry, that $5 million engagement rings from Birdman, honey, just gone, honey. So Toni Braxton is trying to get her engagement ring back. Now, on one of the questions I want to know.
I know everybody.
But by 2019, they unfollowed each other. Birdman posted, "It's over," on IG, and then said it was for publicity. So was the love really real, or was it just content for reality TV? Well, apparently Tamar knows the truth, and she's keeping it just cryptic enough to keep us all guessing. But let's talk about this divorce filing, because Miss Toni did not mince words. She officially filed for divorce just 2 weeks after marrying Birdman, and she described the marriage as irretrievably broken. That's legal talk for "this ain't fixable, I'm out." But what's wild is there was no public spats, no cheating accusations, no big blowout. It was just done. Like, she had second thoughts immediately after saying "I do." And then months later, she dismissed the divorce like it never happened. She went from "he wasn't man enough for me" to "I love me some him." So what happened? Well, people started speculating that something must have gone down privately during those 48 hours that flipped everything on its head. And let's be real a second, for a millisecond is giving cold feet meets full-on regret. And then it was just another sad love song. But according to Tamar, this wasn't just a bad decision. It was a calculated one. Tamar didn't flat out spill every single detail, but baby, she dropped enough breadcrumbs for fans to connect them dots.
Because that's what I'm going to do.
She happy. I ain't got money because I'm going to make sure that. So what's the problem with you with me?
She also commented about how women settle for safety instead of love. And in another moment, she talked about folks locking down people who aren't ready. It didn't take long for the internet to put two and two together. Could Toni have been marrying Birdman during a vulnerable time? Maybe for financial security, maybe for estate protection, or maybe even just because he was there? Fans think Toni tricked Birdman into saying yes, and Tamar's reaction says she might agree. But if you look at the timeline, it's a little too clean. Quick wedding, quick separation, quick legal silence. Like, she just wanted that last name. But y'all, let's address the elephant in the room. Every time Birdman's name comes up, someone always brings up Weezy F Baby, please say the baby, and his little kiss with Birdman. But not just one kiss, we're talking about multiple videos over multiple years where Birdman kisses Wayne on the lips. Sometimes like a brother and sometimes a little bit extra.
You all right? Yeah. Big Lack, how you doing, Wayne? Big Stone, everything good? My bad. You got the whole family here.
Now let's be clear, we listen, we watch, and we don't judge. But in the hip-hop world, that's not something that goes unnoticed. So when Tamar started teasing that Birdman's loyalty might not be to Toni, people started side-eyeing hard. All our rumors picked up, and is Birdman on the DL? Was the marriage a lavender setup to make everything look clean for the public? And if that's true, Toni may have been more of a business partner than a bride. Because honestly, nothing about this marriage from the timeline to the energy felt like a fairy tale. Now this part hits a little different because Toni Braxton's been fighting lupus for years. She's had serious complications, even life-threatening scares, and when you're dealing with chronic illness, things like money, estate planning, and legal protection, it matters a lot. So here's a theory. Did Toni marry Birdman to secure her future? Not for love, but for legal reasons? To make sure that her family was financially stable if anything ever happened to her? Well, Birdman has money, he's got power, and he was right there through some of her hardest times. She once said in an interview, every night he'd ask me, are you okay? Are you good? So maybe, just maybe, the marriage was about more than romance. Maybe it was about stability, control, peace of mind. Tamar, well, she's hinting at this too, saying Toni's always had a strong head for handling business. So the question becomes, was this marriage about love or survival? And back to that $5 million ring that just vanished, because that part right there has been raising eyebrows. But after getting engaged in 2018, Toni boarded a flight and her engagement ring disappeared mid-trip. She later said the luggage was found, but the ring was gone. Now, you'd expect that kind of loss to cause a huge meltdown, right? But Mr. Birdman? But Birdman, Mr. Gator Boots with the pimped out Gucci suits, he didn't freak out at all. He didn't yell at all. He didn't even seem pressed. He basically told Toni, it's all good. I'll get you another one. And that's when the fans were like, hold up, wait a minute. Something seems a little bit off here. Because when you spend $5 million on a ring, especially in a relationship that's already kind of rocky, you don't just brush it off like it was a lost AirPod. Even that's expensive. People started speculating. Was the ring even real, y'all? Was the engagement just for show? And in hindsight, the moment felt like a turning point. Like maybe neither of them was really all in anymore, if they ever even were in the first place. But here's T. It's something that Tamar hinted at more than once. Toni was never head over heels in love with Birdman. She respected him, she cared for him, and he supported her through her lupus and personal losses. But love, that's deep, like passionate love. I want to build forever with you type of love. The fans just didn't see it. Even when they were together, Toni rarely smiled around him in public. She avoided questions about the wedding date and she kept it vague in interviews. And on Instagram, any posts with Birdman were always sparse, deleted later, or missing entirely. Some say she was emotionally stuck between her past with Carrie Lewis, her role as a mom, and the pressure to settle with someone who looked solid on paper.
Never met him. Never met him.
So Bird, we got to get right to, the business at hand. You don't do a lot of interviews. Can you talk closer to the mic for me?
Never have.
Yeah, and
And according to Tamar, Toni got caught up trying to make something work that was never really meant to. But y'all, just so that the timeline's very clear, she was married August 8th, then separated by August 10th. That's not cold feet, that's a sprint out the door. And sources say Birdman ghosted Toni right after the wedding. She filed for divorce 2 weeks later, but the damage was already done. This is where it gets real crazy because Tamar allegedly told friends that Birdman saw something he didn't like. Maybe it was a vibe shift, maybe he realized he got played, or maybe he just never really wanted to be married in the first place and was pressured into it. It's given, I'll do this for you, but I'm not staying. Now, some people say Birdman thought the marriage would be symbolic, not legally binding. So when he realized Toni actually meant business, he dipped. Well, Tamar didn't say it directly, but she hinted that Toni moved fast and Birdman moved faster in the other direction. But there's been lots of talks on how women settle for safe men over soulful ones, and how having a provider isn't the same as having a partner. It wasn't lost on anyone that Toni's situation checked every single one of them boxes. And Tamar's always been the loud Braxton, but when it comes to family, she's rarely messy unless it's for real, for real. So her shade feels like tough love, like a sister finally fed up watching big sis make the same mistake on repeat. And let's be honest, Tamar's not the only one thinking it, because plenty of fans saw the red flags way back in 2018, but Toni kept saying it was complicated. Now here's the part that really has people questioning everything. Was the marriage even real, or was it for cameras? Let's not forget Braxton Family Values was known for dropping big reveals, and what's the bigger than a surprise wedding? Birdman and Toni's whole relationship was always feeling like a little production. No wedding photos, no real honeymoon vibes, just a quiet little marriage followed up by a louder breakup. And if you look at the timeline, every public move happened when the Braxtons had a new project dropping. Coincidence? Some would say no. But fans now wonder if the entire marriage was more about managing Toni's image and Birdman's brand and ratings. not romance, because the energy just never gave married couple, it gave co-stars. Well, some say Toni married Birdman to lock in her legacy. Others think Birdman said yes just to shut down years of rumors, including whispers about him being on a DL. And then there's the wildest take that the whole thing was a lavender marriage, a mutual arrangement, and Toni gets legal protection and powerful partner on paper, and Birdman gets to quiet down speculation about his preferences and flex a traditional image. And Tamar hasn't said it outright, but the fans are convinced that she was hinting at all of this. And let's not forget, Birdman's never been known for keeping a low profile. If this was the real deal, love, wouldn't we have some proof of it? Instead, it all felt like a deal gone bad real fast. And this is the part that gets a little sad though, because maybe, just maybe, this wasn't a scam or a trick or a publicity stunt. Maybe it was just two people trying to fill a void they both had. Toni dealing with health struggles, career shifts, and aging in the public eye, and Birdman trying to rebrand and maybe finally settle down himself. And they might have been both wanting something stable, but just not with each other. And then they tried to force it maybe, and then it cracked in 2 days. So now the question everybody's asking, did Toni Braxton trick Birdman into marrying her? Did Birdman trap himself trying to save face, or were they both just tired and lonely and maybe looking for something that felt like love, even if it wasn't? Well, Tamar Braxton's comments might have been subtle, but the internet heard everything. Because let's be real here, this didn't feel like love, it felt like a contract that just couldn't survive the fine print. And that 2-day marriage, it told us everything we needed to know. But I got to hear from y'all. Drop your thoughts and comments below, and let me know if you love celeb gossip like this. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and then turn on those notifications so you never miss another moment of the Hollywood drama, family feuds, or industry secrets.